Everybody, welcome to a Friday Mic Talk here at Song and Sword. Glad you guys are with me again, and hope you guys are looking forward to a good day. I think Sarah and I pretty have a laid-back day. We'll go for a walk. We'll chill around the house a little bit. We might we'll go grab a cinnamon roll. That's kind of a religion in these parts. And then we're going to hang out with Israel and Mikey and Monica at some point. Israel might spend the night tonight, so we're going to have a good day, and I hope you guys are looking forward to whatever God's doing in your life today. Maybe you're working, maybe you're with your kids, it's summer, maybe you're on vacation. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, remember the Lord in all of it, which kind of leads to what we're going to talk about today. We've been talking about prayer and learning how do we pray? How do we pray? In the middle, at the end of Paul's first letter to this church in Thessalonica, it's modern day Thessaloniki, Greece. In this letter to this church in Thessalonica, the Thessalonians, at the end of it, Paul just gives a bunch of instructions. What I love about this is Paul is like ending up this letter that he's writing to these Christian brothers and sisters, and it's as if just at the end he's going, oh, don't forget to do this and do this and do this and do this, and he's saying things like rejoice always and give thanks in all circumstances and don't quench the spirit and do not despise prophecies and abstain from every form of evil. He's just giving, he's like, it's as if this dad in the faith is just saying, hey, one more thing. Hey, don't forget this either. And it's just Paul's trying to share as much of the Christian life as he possibly can. And then it comes to today's verse, 1 Thessalonians 5:17. It's another verse you should memorize because it's really easy. Here's what it says. 1 Thessalonians 5:17, pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. So we've been talking about prayer. We've been talking about showing up for prayer. We've been talking about asking God to have mercy and change our circumstances and keep asking and asking and asking. We've talked about praying for open doors for each other and for healing and all those things. We've talked about it so much I just forgot, right? But here's the challenge today. Here's what Paul says, pray without ceasing. Now that might be daunting to you. You might say, well, how do you pray without ceasing? When I was a little kid, I thought, well, you can't close your eyes because we were taught, close your eyes, bow your heads, fold your hands. That's how you pray. And I'm like, it's not possible because when I pray, I close my eyes. But we find out prayer is not just when you close your eyes and bow your head. The Apostle Paul is saying, pray without ceasing. What does that mean? Does that mean every day is a rambling prayer that you can't work, you can't be around family, you can't be around kids because that would be awkward? No, what it means is, and here's what I'm learning, is prayer without ceasing means that you open up the conversation when you get out of bed in the morning, and you don't close that conversation until it's over, the day's over, and you go to sleep. Here's how this works. Here's how I would explain it. It's like my wife and I, we might get in the car, we might drive to Indianapolis, we might drive to Cincinnati, we might go on a trip and fly across the country. And of course, good morning, wife, how are you doing? It's good to talk to you. And I don't call her wife, call her Sarah, but, and we have a conversation about moving and I've got the bags or whatever. Then we get in the car and you know what? We don't talk nonstop. But the communication is open constantly. So if I see something on the side of the road, I say, do you see that? Or we can start talking about anything at random, something that pops into my, hey, I've been thinking about this. Prayer without ceasing is opening a conversation with God and never during the day going away from his presence. In other words, realizing that he's with you every minute. So you can be walking on the trail and go, God, thank you for that bird, that cardinal you just had fly in front of us. Lord, praise you for these blue skies. Or you can say, Lord, I've been thinking about this. Would you walk with me? Or as you're walking, God, would you walk? It's an open conversation. It's not hard. It's not a thee and thou, Holy Father, all the time. A prayer can easily be, oh, you see a wreck on the side of the road. Hey, God, would you bless that family and bring healing in that situation? It's that simple. It's simply walking through life with a complete awareness of God and talking to him just as you would a companion, a friend, a spouse. Pray without ceasing. Let's try that today. Open the conversation. Start the day off and say, hey, God, I'm aware that you're there, and I'm glad you're there. You might even have a longer prayer to start the day. God, walk with me through this day. Talk with me through this day. Be by my side. And just acknowledge his presence 4, 5, 6, 7, 17,000 times a day. And you will be praying without ceasing because God is always there. And the more we recognize that, the better this day will go. Happy Friday, kids. I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.